the new quarterback from the University of Washington Huskies? She's never heard of him, so I'm old. No, the Will Rogers, who was a humorist who once said, "I don't belong to any organized political party, I'm a Democrat." And I appreciate that. But I'll tell you what, that's what makes us so great. And let me just say, if you give another round of applause for those three women running in the 14th district, it was an incredibly inspiring set of speeches, and incredible candidates. And it's been 30, I think Jay Inslee was the last Democrat to represent the 14th district. So got a great history there. So thank you for that. And I also want to echo something that Bob Ferguson said. This is a great blue state, but we have got to work as hard as possible to win all of these elections. Please don't take anything for granted. Not a state house seat, not a state senate seat, not a congressional seat. We have got to do the work to make sure that we win this election. So, and that falls on you, as has been mentioned. You are the heart and soul of the party, the grassroots. I always point out, my very first elected position was as a PCO in the 33rd District. Shout out to the 33rd District, thank you. So I know what it takes, and I know who gets people elected, and it's all of you and all of the work that you do. So thank you very, very much for that. On the national level, who's heard that Donald Trump is going to win and he's the overwhelming favorite, the Republicans are going to win? Yeah. Let me ask you this question. How many people here know who Simon Rosenberg is? There are some, okay. Simon's been a friend of mine for like 30 years. He's the one who looks at this. He said in 22 there was going to be no red wave and everybody laughed at him. He was right, okay? And he's right this time. We are well positioned to win, or as I heard somebody say, analyzing the whole thing, I'd rather be us than them. Us Democrats and Republicans. And I thought about that, by the way, because that is true on so many levels, all right? Because we Democrats stand up for everybody, okay? We are the party that has to deliver, and has delivered over and over again. And let me just say, I don't want to talk about bad things about Donald Trump, about the Republican Party. We all know those, they're obvious, they're out there. Be proud of who you are as Democrats because of what we have accomplished for people. Bob mentioned the, 35, 36 times that Dave Reichert voted against the Affordable Care Act. We're the ones who passed the Affordable Care Act so that he could vote against it in the first place. And because of that, 30 million people have access to health care who wouldn't have access to health care. We stand up for equality and opportunity for all, not for the few. Even if there was no Republican Party, the United States of America should want the Democratic Party running this country and delivering for the American people. We should be proud of Joe Biden and the job that he has done as president. And we should also know we and he are not done yet. Remember the Build Back Better plan? Okay, we kind of forgot about that. Only about 10% of it was passed. We stepped up the climate change. We passed improvements to environmental regulations. We did some help in a few places, but the whole plan, the one that I voted for, and so many other Democrats voted for in the United States House, was $3.5 trillion for universal pre-K, for access to child care, for support for home health care workers, for better health care for seniors, for standing up for the environment, for reducing the cost of prescription drugs. And how did we pay for it? We taxed the rich and the corporations that have gotten so much over these last 50 years. If you go out there and elect Democrats and get Joe Biden reelected, hold on to the Congress, hold on to the Senate, we'll deliver on the rest of that. And we will be a better country for it. Democrats are the ones who have pulled this country forward. Please be enthusiastic and excited about everything that we're doing to make this country a better place. And I know this. There's a whole bunch of issues I care about. I always say there's really two issues. One, opportunity for all, and representative democracy. That's what keeps me passionate every single day. I grew up in a blue-collar family in SeaTac. I had opportunity because of Democrats, because of the union movement that Democrats helped create. They put food on my table and gave me a house to live in, because of the public education I got, because of the support I got in college, all programs that Democrats stood up for. Now, we're not there yet. We do not have equal opportunity for everybody. That's why Democrats need to keep working to make that happen. In representative democracy, that's the thing we're for and the Republicans are against because they put it in their platform and said, nah, democracy's bad, okay? Representative democracy means everybody has a voice in their government. That's what we ought to stand up for, and that's what we're fighting for in this election. So, appreciate there's only one more thing that I have to do. I have to recognize my wife, who's been able to join me. You can see her. All right, so our children are now 21 and 24 years old, so for the most part, out of the house, let me tell you, all you parents out there, the empty nest, highly underrated. It's a really cool thing. So we'll see how long it lasts. I also like that there was a t-shirt I saw one time that we child-proof the house, but they keep getting in. So you never know how it's going to go. But proud of her, proud to be here with her. And more than anything, I'm proud to be a Democrat, and all of you should be too. Let's go fight. Let's win this fall.